Hey, good morning everyone. Happy Tuesday. Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. Well, here we are. North Naples, Florida. Wiggins Pass. About 10 after 7. Still very dark here. Overcast skies. You can hear the pitter-patter of the raindrops on my umbrella. We're getting the first rain from Hurricane Ian here. It's 75 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be the big day as it approaches Florida's coastline. A little breeze right now coming out of the northeast. Low tide. A low tide. Low tide is at 9, just before 9 this morning, but right now it's pretty gosh darn low. Tomorrow morning, the tide could be very interesting. Depending on where that storm is in conjunction with low tide, the front of the storm will actually be pulling the water offshore. This happened during Hurricane, what was the last hurricane we had? I'm drawing a blank here. Hurricane Irma. The water actually got sucked out of all the canals here. They were dry. They were bone dry. The canals, Naples Bay, the pier was high and dry out of the water. You could walk out past the pier. All the water got sucked out into the Gulf. So that might happen tomorrow morning. Not as extreme as that. But I got a feeling it's going to be just a bit too wet and windy to be out here tomorrow. I'll do my best to come out here and give you a peek at things, but I don't want to ruin my camera or anything. It's going to hang around here for a little while. Sunrise is at 7:17 this morning. I don't think we're going to see much of the sun. If you look at the radar, we're pretty covered up with the clouds now. Didn't see any boats going out. Imagine that. Nobody heading out for a day on the water. I did see the birds over here starting to line up at the breakfast buffet. I heard some fish jumping. It was still pretty dark. We're on this little point over here. Might be fun to watch for a while. Tammy, good morning. Yeah, prayers for Florida. Prayers for the people in Tampa. It still looks like Ian's got Tampa in its sights. Maybe a little south of Tampa now. Last 5 a.m. update, it was up to 125 miles, and it shifted a little east and south. So every time it does that, it gets a little closer to us here in Naples. But we're still out of the cone of uncertainty. Our friend Mike Cooper, he lives up to the north of us in Charlotte County. Where he lives is under an evacuation order. I think he's going to hunker down. He's pretty high where he's at, his house. But there's some low-lying areas around him. So keep our friend Mike in your prayers and his family. There is a hurricane warning in effect just north of us. It starts. And the birds are all over here again. Still dark, kind of hard to see them, but they're there. And I hear the fish jumping over here. Fish are going nuts. Ha! Rain's getting a little harder now. A little heavier. Still a light rain, but getting heavier. It's making a lot more noise on the umbrella now. There are fish just jumping out of the water. They're like nuts, little bait fish. All out in front of me. If you look, see the water there in front of me? In between the, right where those birds flew over. Hey Laura, good. Look at them go. Look at them jumping. Something feeding on them. Snook feeding on the bait fish in there. I don't know why the birds aren't hanging out there. All the birds are on the left. I think they're scared. Too many fish for them. Wow. There's just a gazillion little fish under here. Can you see them swimming around down here? It's still so darn dark. I mean, it's just a cloud of little tiny bait fish swimming around here. Look at that. Ha! Hey birds, your breakfast is over here. They're all hanging out over here on the left. This water's super shallow in here. Things are going to start to pick up here later today, late afternoon. The wind's just going to steadily increase as the rain is going to increase. We're going to just get heavier bands of rain as the day progresses. So far, I think they're just calling for maybe 50-mile-an-hour gusts every once in a while here. This is Wiggins Pass up in North Naples, if you're just tuning in. Just a light drizzle here. Little breeze coming out of the northeast. East, maybe northeast now. The weather app says northeast, but it feels more like the east-northeast to me. I'm just up here killing time. Letting our beach family get together and say good morning to each other. Let you see firsthand what's going on. As you can see, it's not very eventful here yet. Not yet, anyways. Just looking down to the south there. That's where the storm is. A few hundred miles down that way. Last I looked at the radar, it looked like it made another little jiggle to the east. I don't know when the intermediate advisory is going to be. But y'all can keep an eye on that. If there's anything, any major changes, let me know here. Gray skies all around. Really can't see much definition in the clouds. Osprey. Call this the breakfast buffet. The Wiggins Pass breakfast buffet here. Right where those birds are flying around is where all the little fish are. If you look closely, you see them jumping out of the water. Hoping a dolphin would come swimming by in the background. Hey, thanks for the stars. While you're watching this video, remember who's out here standing in the rain. Send some stars if you appreciate my efforts. Tips are hugely appreciated right now. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. And hit that share button. Consider subscribing to my Southwest Florida television page. My subscribers, I have about 100 subscribers there. The heart and soul of Southwest Florida television, my subscribers. I'd like to see that number get up to maybe 200. That would be awesome. If we could get 200 subscribers, the ads could disappear from the videos. I wouldn't need to monetize the videos like that. Good morning. Jackie Darrell and look at that. Good morning, friends. Gray, gloomy skies. Very, very low tide here. The wind blowing offshore, pushing the water out. It could be pretty extreme tomorrow morning, depending on the timing of everything. Yeah, you can't see too far down the beach there. Inches of water out here. The tide is still going out. Got a pretty blue heron out there on the end. getting a little brighter over to the east here, but not much. I can see a little bit of definition in the clouds up there, not much. We're under a blanket of clouds. I don't see an opening anywhere. Let's hope, although Ian is forecasted to continue to intensify, let's hope it weakens and loses its strength before it makes landfall, wherever that winds up being. The wind, the hurricane force winds are a problem, but it's that storm surge along our coastline that can be deadly. People take it for granted. And all of a sudden the water's in up to your knees. It's like, oh my goodness. Maybe I should have paid attention. I'm sure they'll be calling for evacuations throughout the day here as they get a better idea of exactly where this storm might be going. And it's always might be going. Even though we're not in the cone here, everybody in Naples has got a keen eye to the Weather Channel and their local forecaster. Download the Wink TV weather app if you want to see our local Doppler weather. Wink, W-I-N-K, Wink TV. They've got pretty good Doppler. It's way more than yesterday. The word must have been getting out. Paul, it's going to be interesting. It seems like everything's in extremes here in Florida. Either it doesn't rain or we get too much rain. I don't know how big of a rain event this is going to be. So my luck. I got my little summons in the mail for jury duty, to call in for jury duty. Of course, it's next week. Darn it, I wish it was this week, because everything's closed here. Yesterday was a holiday, Rosh Hashanah, and things are closed today and tomorrow, schools and government offices. I got a nice high number though. I got my number's like 1100. Hopefully they won't get that high. Haven't heard any thunder. Haven't seen any flashes of lightning off in the distance yet. Tornadoes are always something to think about. Be prepared for. Little tornadoes spin off of these tropical systems, especially those bands that come through. See how shallow it is. Look at that. Man. We just have a breeze here right now. I can't imagine when the wind picks up how far out the sandbar is going to go. Look at that. Like I said, tomorrow morning could be very, very interesting here. I got a feeling I'm not going to be able to go live out here tomorrow. I don't have a darn waterproof case for my phone. I'm not afraid of getting wet. I just don't want to ruin my iPhone. I definitely wouldn't be using a gimbal. I was thinking about seeing if Best Buy had cases. Who wants to buy old Robb a case for his phone? My buddy Robert got into town last night. He texted me, at about 6:45 this morning. Said he got into Naples last night. I knew the excitement was going to get to him. Hey, Ashley. Rhonda, good morning. Oh, Jackie. It's like we take turns with the hurricanes, Jackie, you and I. We share them equally. Jackie lives over in Texas. Rose, good morning. There's really not much to see, not much to look at. Not much to look at. Oh, there's Mike. You can look at Mike. Good morning.
How are you?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, if that thing comes at the right time, this water is going to be way out there. Way out. It's going to be super, super like a... Once in like the last time it happened was 5 years ago? When Irma hit?
Yep. Should be very intriguing. You going to be here tomorrow?
I'll be here. Yeah, if it's not lightning, if there's not bad lightning, I'm going to do my best to be out here.
Yep.
Thinking about running down to Best Buy and getting a waterproof, like an underwater case for my phone.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Go check out all the birds up there. It's unbelievable.
Bait's got to be running. Like
oh, you can see them. They're going nuts. The fish jumping out of the water. It's like a buffet up there. There's probably 70 birds sitting up there. Look at this. Kathy, you need to come down to the beach. Hey, Linda Brooks, good morning, my friend. Back up and see what the birds are doing. Hey Sherry, good morning. can have an interesting 48 hours here. Rain's letting up a little bit here now. Just a very, very light sprinkle now. It's looking north here. It's looking north up towards Bonita Springs and Fort Myers Beach. Looking across Wiggins Pass. Giselle, good morning. I saw something out there in the water. Could be just the birds flying by. It's really shallow. I don't think it's deep enough out there for a dolphin. Hey Randy, good morning. Jack, good morning. Let's see what those birds are doing if they're still up here. Yeah, we're not going to be seeing any sunlight, any sun. It's pretty dreary out here this morning. As many as there were earlier. And the breeze is definitely starting to pick up. little bait fish. See him jumping out there in the water? Look at all this. Look at him. Watch. Pelican, did you see that pelican got something there? I think a fish went right into his mouth. Even the pelican's hanging out here, taking advantage of the situation. Hey Beverly, good morning. Just hanging out up at Wiggins Pass up in North Naples, Florida. I'm actually at the north end of Delnor Wiggins Pass State Park. Watching the birds feed, listening to the pitter-patter of the raindrops hitting my umbrella. About an hour away from low tide here. There's way more birds up here. All of the little opportunists. There's a ton of little fry here, little tiny hatchlings, little fish all around here. Just looks like a cloud in the water. Pelicans are right here diving in, right at the edge of the sandbar. Just scooping the fish up. just found a nice shark's tooth. Hey Beth, good morning. Jim Sharp, good morning my friends. Long time no see. Just a little drizzle here at Wiggins Pass. No big deal yet. Little breeze there. Birds are beautiful. Just tuning in, we're looking south right now. It's where the hurricane is, hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us, down by Cuba. Stars. Start heading down the beach here in a few minutes. Start walking down towards Vanderbilt Beach. It's looking to the east. There's a little line of clouds out there just above the horizon. Other than that, it's just a big, thick, heavy blanket on top of us. close. It's going to look a lot different than this tomorrow morning. I know all the surfers have their fingers crossed, hoping to get some good waves tomorrow. These waves will probably be pretty nice down by the Naples Pier tomorrow morning. North Naples, Florida. If you're just tuning in, it's Wiggins Pass. It's up to the north. It's looking to the north. Just a very, very light sprinkle here. Temperature in the around 75 degrees. Tide's still going out here. Just about at low tide. Fort Myers Beach is up that way. Really can't see it up. Yeah, maybe. Barely see it on the horizon. Right in the middle of the screen. Hey, good morning, Edward. Not many people out at the beach this morning. No boats going out. That's a good thing. Kim, good morning. Good morning, Marion, Rhode Island. Starting to get a little more definition in the sky there. This is looking south. I don't know if the park's going to be open tomorrow. No clue. I'm sure there will be some curious onlookers out here, me included. Clara, thank you for those stars. I appreciate that. I appreciate being appreciated. Yeah, this isn't even as low as one of our super low tides. It's low. It's lower than normal right now. Tomorrow, like I said earlier, tomorrow could be interesting. If we get that front leading edge of the storm passing by at low tide, it's going to be really low. It's going to suck that water out of here. Little sandpipers, little sanderlings. Yep. Off they go. Thanks, Peter. You know, I thought we might see a couple little patches of blue sky this morning through the clouds, but that is not happening. Not happening. Hey, Judith. Good morning, Judith. Good morning to you and your fur babies and your butterflies. All your flutterbys. You've got quite the eclectic family there, Judith. Connie, are you out on your walk? I was wondering what it looks like down by the pier. How low the tide is down there. I'm going to try and lose my umbrella for a few minutes. Rain's let up enough here. give my arms a rest here. Put the phone over in the other hand. This is going to be one of those days everybody gets antsy. Some people got the day off today and tomorrow here in Florida. Our local bars do pretty well before hurricanes. Lots of hurricane parties. I'm hoping we don't lose our power here in Naples. We're not in the cone of uncertainty. We're just south of that silly cone. Yeah, poor Donnie. Ah, what a shame. This hurricane put the kibosh on her vacation down here. Darn it, she had her heart set on that. We all had our heart set on seeing her down here. Her and Sean. Yeah, hopefully it's going to weaken pretty fast once it hits land. Hopefully, it looks like it'll be down to maybe a 1 when it actually makes landfall. I'm sure the next update it's going to be increased in wind speed. I don't know if they came out with any intermediate forecast. It was 125 last update I saw at 5 a.m. 125 mile an hour. That's around the core of the hurricane, around the eye wall. It's not that whole big thing you see. It's just a little spot in the middle. That's where you don't want to be. When you look at all that mess on the radar, it looks like, I mean, it's very scary looking. You see all those colors. I think they do that on purpose to freak people out. If you look at the radar, you can find me here. If you zoom in, you can find Wiggins Pass. It's real easy to find the pass on a weather map and zoom in. And you know, probably on the radar, it looks like it's raining here. It probably looks like you got some of the green colors in the radar, but it's not raining here. So it's very deceptive as far as the rain. Now, obviously, it's definitely raining out there to the southwest. That's actually where the storm is. It's to the southwest of us. Hey, if you appreciate what I'm doing here, send some stars on Facebook. I get a penny for each star that you send. Tips are hugely appreciated. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. No tip is too small or too big. Every dollar counts these days, believe me, and I do depend on the Facebook stars and the tips to make ends meet every month. I enjoy coming out here, but just like you, I got bills to pay. I think I am going to be wrapping this live feed up. I'm going to start another one shortly. I'll start live feed number 2 up. Oh, I hear the boss. I hear our park manager. I hear his laugh. He is such a happy guy. He's always smiling. Always got a smile on his face. Daryl, have a good one, brother. Sweet dreams. Thank you for the stars. All right, if I don't see you in live feed number 2 here shortly, have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. If you're in the path of the storm, stay safe. Be smart. Don't take any foolish risks. If they tell you to evacuate, it's, probably not a bad idea. But you know what kind of house you live in better than I do. Some of these new houses are pretty darn strong. These hurricane houses. As long as you're high up, that's what's important. Anyway, make the best of it. Make the best of this Tuesday. I know I am. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally ho, my friends, tally ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Rob Stan. God bless. Thank you for the stars.